ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. I'm Ron Ray, your boy with a cornbread accent. The crowd at the Broadmoor World Arena in Colorado Springs, Colorado witnessed AEW's niche of pro wrestling. Before I get started with the recap show, I would like to send my condolences to the family and friends of the Iron Sheik who passed away today. Uh, Rest in peace, Sheiky baby. Now, let's
All
let her
right, we
rip.
kick things off tonight with a international championship match, which I gotta ask this question: how come the international title is being defended more on TV than the Presidio TV title named the TNT Championship? Unless I'm wrong, I'm assuming the TNT Championship is the TV Championship. Please leave a comment and let me know if I'm wrong. Or if they're going to give the fighting champion storyline to Orange Cassidy, why not do it with the TNT Championship if that is the TV Championship? Like I said, leave a comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know what you think about it. Hey, if I'm right, definitely tell me that. You know, what person don't want to be told they're right? Anyway, get back to the match. Poor Orange Cassidy's coming out. Got more tape on him than a bad electrical system and a broke down tractor. Very good match here. Very smooth back and forth counter wrestling. And both guys are, Swerve, very smooth in the ring. Uh, Almost flawless at times. Uh, the match went outside the ring. Swerve got the advantage, and picture in picture, we get back. Orange Cassidy hits a couple of DDTs for two. Some more, good flowing back and forth moves and counter moves. Orange Cassidy would hit the orange punch and the back slam for a very long 2 3/4 count. Swerve would come back later on, hit his kick and his finisher, the Swerve Stomp, for another very long 2 3/4 count. Uh, Orange Cassidy would counter a move into a victory roll, but Swerve countered that victory roll for a 2 count. Used the britches a little bit, but Orange Cassidy countered that, held it tight a little bit, and got the 3 count. Successfully defending his AEW International Championship. Then the rest of the embassy came in and started whooping up on poor Orange Cassidy until the lights went out. And of course, when the lights came back on, it was Darby Allin and Sting. So it's almost like Orange Cassidy has new best friends. Uh, but anyway, definitely be some interesting 6-man or trios matches there. Uh, First couple of times I seen Darby Allin and Orange Cassidy team up, I thought they were impressive. I think they're better than Hook and Jungle Boy, but that's a different subject for a different day. But anyway, next.
All right, next matchup here is Chaos. Romero, excuse me, Chet Taylor and Trent Beretta, the best friends, going against the Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. Hey, the BCC didn't just run roughshod against this trio. They Chaos took it to the BCC. Good match here. As soon as, like I said, as soon as Moxley went over the barricade, he ate a chair shot. Uh, they threw Wheeler Yuta in there, and he received a sick pile driver from Chuck Taylor. Pitcher advantage went to the Blackpool Comeback Club. A little more back and forth stuff. Uh, Trent Beretta went for the springboard moonsault to the outside, but ate a freaking European uppercut from Claudio that made him left talking to Jesus. Uh, let's see. Then we had uh, John Moxley had, I believe, Rocky Romero and first had a bulldog chokehold, then had the rear naked choke. Uh, Wheeler Yuta just elbowed the crap out of Chuck Taylor. Rocky Romero tapped out, giving the BCC the win. Like I said, pretty good match here, competitive match. BCC had to fight for this one, so um, then I guess there was a challenge made with the Elite Young Bucks and the Rhinestone Cowboy Adam Page, and they're gonna have another six-man uh, match come next week. So that'll be interesting to see how things fold there. Anyway, next up we have the contractually obligated MJF come out to speak to the crowd of Colorado Springs, Colorado, which he finds very boring. And if anybody knows about boring, it's MJF because he has no competition. Because no one's on level with the devil, and boom, cue the music. It's Adam Cole, baby. Uh, then MJF starts cutting a promo on Adam, which is almost word for word what Adam Cole when Adam Cole did a promo on Karrion Kross on NXT, even to the last point where uh, MJF said, "Cole, you got the girl, you got the music, uh, got the cool T-shirts, and you know what? How AEW does to make me cool? They ring the bell." Like I said, uh, when it was given, I was like, "Man, it seems like I heard this one before." Then I watched somebody pull the video up, and pretty much it was like I said, basically different names, but word for word promo. Anyway, Adam Cole came back and said nobody respects MJF, called him a coward. Of course, MJF came back with, "Hey, that's doesn't mean anything." Somebody who would have wound up managing Cliff Lee, basically some internet uh, wrestling community trolling type talk. Basically, this is all a build up to. Well, I kind of mentioned last week. Now that when Adam Cole beat Chris Jericho, it's like, hey, that feud should be over with now. Now we got what's Adam Cole to do? Now it's time to face the champ, and like I said, let the build up begin.
All right, the next match of the evening is a Texas Tornado match, and that is Jungle Boy Jack Perry and the FTW champion Hook went up against Preston Vance and Dralistico. I hope I pronounced that right because I know I spelled it wrong in my notes. So it's Dralistico. Uh, like I said, kind of hard, not really hard to keep up with. There's a lot of moving parts in this match, which they always are. Don't know why they decided to do a Texas Tornado match. I guess it's going to be a one-off match. Nothing really to build up here. Hook tied up with Vance. JB, Jungle Boy, hooked up with Dralistico. Hook would nail Vance with a chain, busting him open. Later on, he would give him the T-bone suplex on the table, which would take Preston Vance out. Looked like Jose was about to put his 2 cents into it, but Hook would hook him up in a rear naked choke. JB made Dralistico tap out to the snare trap. I believe that's the. I think I keep calling it the bear trap, or if I do, sorry, my bad. But snare trap. Like I said, Dralistico tapped after that. Your winners, Hook and Jungle Boy. And hey, remember I was talking about the whole get a couple of little pretty boys together and who are decent at least, and have them come out to the New Kids Hanging Tough song because it goes, oh, Hook and Jungle Boy. There you go. Write it down there, Tony Khan. You can do it. Anyway, let's see what. Speak of Tony Khan, let's find out what the big announcement is. Tony Khan came in with another big announcement concerning Collision, and Stevie Wonder probably could have seen this coming too, except for he probably didn't see the participants. At least one of them, though. It will be Jay White and Juice Robinson teaming up with Samoa Joe as they go up against FTR and give you one guess. Of course, you guessed it right. CM Punk. Main event because if you watched AEW last night, um, seen the promos for Collision, it was all about the Punkster. Anyway, next. All right, next up, Don Callis brings out Konosuke Takeshita, and he goes up against the enforcer of the Hammerneger World Order, that being Damon Ace, excuse me. Uh, Actually, didn't call him David, but anyway, he is the enforcer of the Hammerneger World Order, and they will be taking over. But again, not tonight, because he didn't fare too well with Takeshita. Fell victim to the knee strike, 1, 2, 3. Then Don Callis ran his mouth and talking about he's without him, nobody be anything. So that's what you get from the Jackal right now. Next. And speaking of TV stations getting their names put on championship belts, we have a TBS championship match, which I guess you can call this the women's version of the TV championship. So, like I said, leave a comment. If I'm wrong, I will apologize. Anyway, Anna Jay challenging the champion, Chris Statlander. This is actually one pretty good little women's match here. Good mat wrestling with Statlander getting the upper hand in all this until she decided to charge the corner. Jay move, gave her a forearm. Anna Jay with a picture-in-picture advantage. Actually, then after that, Statlander powered back into this match, finished her off with a tombstone pile driver. Like I said, that wasn't a bad match here. Kept it pretty basic. That I forgot. I didn't even write down his name because that dude's freaking annoying. Makes for a good heel, especially if he's going to be a heel manager. Annoying. What you gonna do about it? Yeah. That's how you draw heat if you're a manager, I think, in my opinion. If you're so annoying that, the fans might want to punch you in the face. Anyway, let's see what's going on next. And of course, now we have the main event. It is Ricky Starks versus Jay White. Referee kind of let them go at it. They kept throwing hands, going back and forth, outside, inside, back outside. Finally got it was time for some picture-in-picture and commercials. So, of course, Jay White got the advantage. Blister starts with some chops. Starks would come back. In the end, he'd try for a running spear, but Jay White countered with a knee. Starks would finally hit the spear. Went for the Rochambeau, but that clueless referee had to get too close to it. He gets knocked down. The guns can't come in. And as Starks was, attending to the referee, he didn't notice that Billy Gunn's boys came in and they wound up hitting Starks with a 310 to Yuma. Jay White was like, all right, screw this. I'm going to hit him with a Blade Runner also and pinned him. So, looks like, I guess, I don't know if they're going to be Bullet Club members now with Jay White, Juice Robinson. Makes sense. Bullets need guns, or guns need bullets. Makes sense to me. But anyway, before I was about to stop it, I do want to say that no offense to Ricky Starks or Jay White, I'm just not seeing Jay White yet. I mean, it was a good match. Ricky Starks is decent, but that international championship match with Swerve and Orange Cassidy, that just tore the joint down, and that's should have been a main event. It's for a championship, not only because it's a championship. It is two of your stars, main stars, I think. Like I said, Jay White is just coming into this country. Not Not everybody watched Japanese wrestling, New Japan. So they probably have little to no clue of Jay White so far. And of course, AEW fans tend to go outside all indies and New Japan. But not everybody knows who he is. Right now, Swerve and Orange Cassidy, as far as AEW is concerned, they're stars there, and they should have been a main event. And like I said, they had the best match of the night, in my opinion. Let's see. Other than that, let's see what else. There was a backstage incident where Christian was complaining about Arn Anderson causing him the TNT championship. Christian was like, "Hey, you took something from me. I'm taking something from you." And we opened the door, and Brock Anderson laying on the floor all beat up. First time, I can't remember last time we seen him on TV, except for maybe his debut, but maybe a couple other things besides that. But so I never watched Dark or anything else, so I don't know how he's progressed. Other than that, like I said, this was a pretty good show. I was entertained. Like I said, I would have switched to main event stuff. And that pretty much sews it up in a bow, or however the saying goes. Anyway, this does it for me for this week's AEW Dynamite. Please hit the subscribe button if you're not a subscriber yet. Drop a like, share with friends. And I'll see y'all next time. You folks have a good one, and take it easy.
Here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife and Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife and Natural.